Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you are watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And joining me, as always, are my co-hosts Rebellious D and Trav. But I don't know if where is Rebellious D, because the guy that's on the monitor right now is not Rebellious D. I don't know who that is, Trav.
He's gone.
That's the best you got?
That's for you to find out, Captain Banks. I see.
Hey, look. I knew we were doing this episode tonight, and I wanted to make sure that I had the cap shield. I rushed over to Target, and I was able to find one. So joining us on today's review, and we are doing an interview as well, is friend of the podcast, Renes Rivera. How you doing, Renes?
I'm doing fantabulistic.
Hey, thanks for joining us, man. We really appreciate you coming up here with us to do the season finale review of Falcon and Winter Soldier. And before we get into today's review and interview, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to our channel, and you hit the bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. So I just want to give a little rundown on who Renes Rivera is, because like I said, he's a friend of the podcast. We brought him on season 1 when we were first starting off in podcast land. And Renes, he was on another Marvel show called The Gifted, which was a spinoff of the X-Men, and he was also on Gotham as well. So Renes has dabbled in comic book shows, and we brought him onto the podcast. And make sure that you check
Preacher
out that
was
episode.
a comic book too, right?
Well,
he was
on Preacher as well. But I was introduced to him from Gotham and The Gifted. But then when I did research, yes, he was on Preacher. But Renes, he's a huge nerd, just like everybody that's on the camera right now and everybody that's watching. And Renes, I just want to say thanks for being our friend, man. Thank you for being a friend.
Dude, thank you for allowing me to be your friend. Thank you for being my friends, guys. Always being supportive and geeky. I love it. I love it. I love
Exciting.
I love it. I love your love for this stuff, man. Like, look at this.
We're living vicariously through you.
Correct.
It's like we was on the show.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, man,
everything's going according to plan.
It was crazy because it's like when the first episode had came out, because I saw you had made the post on Facebook, and I saw you in the trailer up there. But when episode 1 came out, I was just like, man, where's Renes at? Like, where's Renes? Like, I see it, because I didn't know if you were a Flag Smasher or if you were somebody that was in the army, because in the trailer you were wearing the army outfit. And then episode 2 comes out, and that's when we saw you. You were in the episode, man, and we were hyped. I made the post, man, and you know, it was cool seeing you up there. But then when I didn't see you, like I had messaged you, I was just like, man, I got my Renes sites. So it's like, if I don't see you, I get pissed off, and I would tell D. I'd be like, man, Renes won on the episode, and D
took it
like,
personal.
I took it personal, because it's like I was trying to see my man. It's just like, and not only were you up there, but it's just like you had dialogue. You weren't just a guy that was in the Flag Smashers. You know what I'm saying?
And you had dialogue written for you. Like, nobody else was big enough to say that line.
You
like,
know
nobody
what?
else could sit on the cot and be like, "Cot's too small." Like,
you know what's
for you?
That was actually improv.
Yeah,
That was
and
improv.
they kept it.
Yeah, and they
That's
kept
even
it.
better.
Yeah,
Well done. Well
They were
done.
impressed with it.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
They're really it was just like, I mean, I smile just talking about it, and it was just, man, such a dope experience, and to be someone like that kind of character, and dude, it's really I'm sorry, I get all like,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
As you
Hey,
should,
you
man.
deserve it.
Yeah.
Pat yourself on the back,
man.
my friend.
Dude, you know, I've said this before. I've cried when I got the part. You know, I was like, it's Marvel. Oh my god! You know, my dad didn't understand why, but he's like, son, it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. I was like, thank you, Dad.
Yeah, I mean, because I would like to say that this was probably like, because I know that you've been in a lot of stuff, but I feel like this is the biggest project that you've been part of.
By far, yeah, dude. Like, I mean, think about it. It's like, it's like one of the #1 shows out there, right? You know, one of them. I don't know which one it is. It's definitely top 5 in like the world. I'm sure.
Sure.
It's such a big show. Amazon moved Invincible to last night because they didn't want to compete.
Yeah, they had to get out of there.
Is that why?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, they came out with Invincible last night.
Well, no biggie,
today. Hey, I don't blame them.
How was it getting that phone call that it's just like, hey, you're going to be in the show? Like walk us through the process of that.
Well, it's funny enough. I was very nervous because I had just come from filming a movie in New Orleans, and I got to my hotel room about like 6 a.m. Around 10:30, 11 a.m. My agent calls me. He's like, "Hey, man, are you sitting down?" And I said, "Yeah, dude. What did I do? Did I do something wrong? Because I thought I messed up on set. Like maybe I disrespected someone by mistake or something." And then he's like, "Hey, his name's Tom Milam, People Store, love him." And
hey, shout out to Tom.
Yeah, always.
Tom.
Okay, I had to.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's like, "I hope you're sitting down." And I said, "What happened? Is everything okay?" And I'm just worried. He's like, "You got the Marvel part." I was like, "What? What are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, man." And he told me what episodes, because I had booked every episode, and that's the first time I ever had that experience. Booking as an actor, booking every episode of a show was like, yo, it's like what you want, And I'm like, "Oh my God, Tom, you." I was like, "You guys, man, you're so awesome. I love you." He said, hey, we had a conversation and all. And then I called my mom, and she didn't answer. Typical. And then I called my dad, and my dad's like, "Hey, son, how you doing?" He had like that voice.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, "Hey," I'm like, Dad, I just got the Marvel part, man, And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm trying to hold it, like, because, I don't want my dad to make fun of me. I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, it's crazy." He's like, "Son," like I said, son, it's okay to cry. I'm proud of you. I'm happy. Like, and I'm like, "Yeah, And then, like, it was just really like, I did it. I finally, God, I'm going to be a part of something so big. And I didn't even know that it was Falcon and Winter Soldier. It was under a Marvel Untitled series, so it could have been WandaVision, it could have been Loki, it could have been.
That's interesting.
A show maybe not even announced.
So so you didn't even know who you were going to be playing on the show. You just knew that you were going to be up there.
I auditioned for a role, and I think they just had an idea of what the character was supposed to be like. But I looked up that role specifically, and I'm not going to say who it is because you never know what it is.
Right?
You never know. But I looked up that role, and I was like, "Oh my God, I fit this description perfect," And it just, I think that it was just Marvel doesn't give away everything, like you have to, so they have to, pretend and give you fake sides and auditions and all that. So I didn't even know what show it was, and then I did some more research, and I was like, "Oh, it's this one. Okay, dope, even doper." And so I found out, like, officially, it was like maybe 2 weeks later that I found out it was the Falcon Winter Soldier.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
man.
That's pretty awesome, man.
It is.
I can't do anything but laugh every time we say something about it. I'm like geeking, like I got the damn role or something.
Hey, I appreciate it.
We're living through Renes, man. Like that's what it's all about. Because it's like, because we've known you now for 2 years now, and it's like we've seen you, on projects and whatnot, and when we saw that you were going to be on this, like we were excited, like we were happy. It's like Trav said, it's just like I feel like we got the role because it's like we know you, so it's blessed to have seen your growth from when we first saw you on. Well, when I first saw you on The Gifted, and to see where you are now, man. And the one thing that I loved about when I saw you on Falcon and Winter Soldier is that whenever they showed you, it's like you're always there. It's like you were on screen for a while. Like you were in multiple shots. Like on the episode where y'all were loading up the plane, it's like you were carrying stuff, and it's just like I was just like, "There's Renes, man. Like this is awesome." But I will say that I was sad because on the season finale, I was just
spoiler.
Look, we live, baby. It's
we
like, if you ain't seen the episode yet,
we already warned them on the spoilers.
If you're watching and you haven't seen the show, I don't want to tell you to stop watching, but figure it out. Figure it out.
I already got attacked earlier because I posted a picture of Sam in the Captain America outfit.
And, you know, I always gotta fly into the battlefield and back up my boy all the time.
Trav, he's still doing stuff like that though.
Of course.
What time was it when he did
I
that?
didn't do anything wrong. It's just
He didn't do anything wrong. He did not. They're trying to claim that he posted spoilers. He did not post any spoilers.
That's
yeah,
not
it was
really
just
spoiler.
Yeah,
and, like,
because that's like in the first minute of the episode.
Yeah.
or something,
Well, not even
you
just that. They already had the action figures for pre-order with that outfit.
I saw
So
that,
it's not a spoiler.
know.
yeah.
It was
Yeah,
not
that's
in-
true. I saw the action figures. I know.
There's
like,
action
Or if you read
crazy
the comic, he does.
Yeah,
get the
there's
costumes
action
just like
figures.
this.
Yeah.
What? I'm so getting them.
The crazy thing is that it's like on Twitter, like, and it's crazy how different Facebook and Twitter are, because on Twitter I saw
everywhere.
Sam dressed up as Captain America everywhere on Twitter, but on Facebook you really didn't see it anywhere. And I posted a picture after I had watched the episode, and people were just like, "Oh, I haven't seen the episode yet," and I'm just like, it's not fair for you to tell people that. It's just like you need to wait a day or a week to start posting stuff. It's like we live in the digital age. It's like like Trav and D, they can tell you whenever we do reviews, I'm always watching stuff at work. D watches stuff at work, because it's just like we want to make sure that when we're doing interviews and whatnot, that we're prepared and it's not last minute. So
Yes.
that's how we like, people always ask us. People always ask us, like,
Yeah.
how do you guys do so many videos and stuff? Because we always watching stuff. We are constantly watching stuff. So it's like, hey, if you ain't seen it yet, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just stay off of social media.
That's what I was about to say. If there's
Yeah.
something you're interested in watching, just get away from social media.
exactly.
Yeah, if you know it drops the next day, just go radio silent till you watch it.
That's what I do.
You know, I hate to mention DC, but when Crisis came out, I found out about Ezra Miller because of Grant Gustin's post.
Right.
And I was like, oh, wow, I didn't see it yet. And it ruined it for me. And it was my fault because he had every right to post it. He's been waiting for months. He had every right to post that.
I was just,
and I was just like, that's when I learned my lesson. I was like, if there's something I want to watch, stay away from social media, because you're going to find it. You're going to find it.
Oh, it's gonna be
I agree. Now, if it's something, like, say for example, for like manga, right? Like I read My Hero Academia, and I'm so far ahead in the manga compared to where the anime is. I'm not going to post anything that's in the manga that
Before the anime comes out.
Yeah, when the anime is only in season 5. Like by the time that stuff happens in the
season
anime
5 already?
Yeah,
Yep,
yes, it's on season 5.
Wow,
Yeah, season 5
so far
came
behind.
out started last month. But it's just like, I'm not going to post something that I know is going to eventually happen later on, because that's not fair. But for something like this, it's just like, this is a big deal, just like Avengers Endgame. Like, it's just like, if you know something is going to be big and it's going to be coming out, that's what she said. You need to just stay off social media. Just plain.
Well, I think it's different though. With Endgame, they actually came out and asked people to wait, a week, like the directors and stuff. They were like, "Hey, can you have common courtesy and wait?" And then like the community gathered and was like, "That's fair. We'll all wait." But typically 99.99% of the time,
people ain't.
That's not what it is.
You're gonna see it. Like, how many pictures I've seen. Well, I'm lucky I've seen the episode and I was part of it, because there were a lot of people on like Instagram and I'm not sure about Facebook much, because I didn't really go on it today, but Instagram I'm always on, and there was just like a bunch of spoilers. I was like, holy crap! If I wasn't like, if I didn't know what was going on, I'd be really upset.
I mean, well, here's the thing. Halfway, and I said this on the post, halfway through the day, like IGN and comicbook.com and GameSpot and all the,
they were all
the
posting.
nerd blog post, they posted, Sam as Captain America / Falcon. And then with the Captain America 4 coming out, whenever or whatever. And it's just like, well, that gives it away kind of that he becomes Captain. Like, they were doing it too.
Yeah.
So it's not just people. They broke the news before people could even get off of work and come home anyways.
I like how it's a Captain America 4. Like, it's continuation. I'm like, good. That's so
That's
cool.
the way it's supposed to be, man.
Yeah.
I love that reveal.
Now, what's crazy too is that like Griff, my tag partner, well, former tag partner, that is. I was telling him about, what like that Sam puts on the suit. And he was just like, "Oh well, thanks for spoiling it for me. I didn't know what was in the briefcase." I'm like, "Come on, bro."
No man, his wings got destroyed the episode before. Like,
it could have been a blaster. You're right.
A blaster? Come on, come on. It's from Wakanda. You expected something like crazy?
It could have been a blaster.
Nah,
well, remember, we already knew that Sharon was going to be the power broker. Like, we called that her being the power broker.
It was pretty obvious.
Wait,
it was obvious. They write these things.
But the thing is, spoiler alert, they didn't reveal anybody else. So
that's
probably somebody they announced.
Yeah. I knew this entire time, but I was like, I can't tell you what.
Oh yeah. So that leads me to ask you then, how much of the script do you get?
I was lucky enough to read every episode, but
nice.
Marvel, if they want a secret, they'll have that secret, and I won't even know.
Yeah.
There's definitely some scenes I was like, and rumors and stuff, and then I was like, "Whoa!" I didn't. And, you had Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I heard from someone that she was on set at one point, but I never read anything, and that's just me.
See, I'm glad that I'm glad you know who she is. Unlike our Captain Banks over here. Exactly.
Look at him. Look at him.
The New Adventures of Old Christine. Did you not see that? And
he didn't
Seinfeld?
watch that. He didn't watch Seinfeld.
I didn't watch Seinfeld.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. New Adventures of Old Christine. I had a huge crush on her. I had a huge crush on her.
Her and Wanda Sykes is just perfect.
And Clark Gregg, Agent Coulson. Yeah, he was in it. He played the ex-husband.
His ex-husband.
Yeah. But also for the here's the deal. I read mainly my parts and the parts that I was involved in the Flag Smasher stuff, mainly because I do, clearly I love the MCU, and I kind of wanted to keep it as a surprise. So if I did read it, I forgot it. I'll be honest. I read it because I had to, but I kind of like made myself forget everything. I was like, I'm gonna read it once and that's it, just to say that I read it, and then tell them, they know that I did it, and I kept I just kept avoiding reading other things that I'm not involved in, and I wanted to see it unfold and come to life. And I was
you didn't want to be spoiled.
Yeah, at all. I mean, certain things I knew, but like little things. I made sure that I didn't read past certain things, and I was like, no, I'm not going to ruin this for myself. I want to see who they're talking about in episode 5. That's seriously how it was. I was like, episode 5, when Malcolm was like, oh, there's a character I would love to, see team up with Thor or something, and I was like, oh, I wonder who it is. I had no clue. Because I didn't read into it. Literally, I really didn't read into it. Yeah.
Now, something I wanted to ask too, because like you say, you didn't read ahead. Like, how was it when, being there on set and, seeing some of the scenes unfold, like on episode 4, when John Walker, when he killed one of the Flag Smashers, like
Nico. Yeah. I'm sorry. How was it on?
Go ahead. No, I mean, like that. I just wanted to know, what? Because it's like when I saw that scene, it's like my jaw dropped. But it's like you were actually there. So like, how was it? Because you said you didn't read, ahead on the script and whatnot. How was it like being there? Like, did you get as hyped seeing something while you were there compared to actually watching it later on?
I actually wasn't on set that day that he did that they filmed that. And I saw some pictures online and stuff. Someone had sent me something, but I was like, oh man, I saw like pictures and I was like, I want to see what's happening, and so like the first time I actually saw it was episode 4. I wasn't on set, if they didn't need me, they don't use me, in that sense. So like I don't know what's going on that day, what they're shooting that day, unless I'm on set. If that answers your question, I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
I'm sorry to disappoint.
I can't get over D and his random.
Yeah,
he looking like a real villain
stuff. Yeah.
Hey, it is crazy because like I talked to him earlier today, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm going to have something special for the episode tonight." I was like, "What is it?" He's like, "I can't tell you."
That's so good.
Yeah, so I might go get gas like this after we finish. They're gonna try to arrest me.
Hey, look, as soon as we finish wrapping up, it's like gas is just gonna come in our rooms and it's gonna take us all out.
Yeah.
I see. I'm about to go lay down with my book on my chest. Be like, yep. Mission
Hey,
complete.
when you gonna start singing your theme song like Agatha?
Oh, I can't.
Not yet.
Not yet. I still have one Flag Smasher to get rid of.
Oh, here we go.
Oh Lord.
But to kind of dial it back to what I was about to say earlier about you.
Yeah, go.
You know, I was disappointed when it's like I saw you and then Sharon, she touched your chest. And I was just like, no. And then you hopped in the car, and then it's like, bam. Because I was sitting here telling D, I was just like, man, you know, Renes, it's like he was in this prominent role in the final episode. Maybe we're gonna see him somewhere down the road, and then no.
I mean, look, you never know what can happen with Marvel.
You don't know. Don't count Marvel out.
I mean, there's no. I mean, I'm not saying anything, but I'm just saying, you know, like, did you really see me die?
Exactly. Ambiguous.
I feel like
now. Just remember, guys.
I feel like we did see you die.
I feel like I did, but
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now we saw Frank Grillo get a building dropped on him, and he came back.
That's true.
He got a whole building dropped on him.
But and this is something too that we haven't mentioned is that you were actually like a character from the comics. You were Lennox, who was a member of the Buckies. We talked about this on one of our previous reviews. And when John Walker, when he becomes Captain America or the U.S. agent in the comics, he only takes Lamar Johnson with him. Yeah. But yeah, it's like they kept saying your character's name on screen, so it's like I thought that it was going to be something along the lines of John Walker was going to be similar to his character from the comics, and you know, Lennox was just going to end up showing up, and you know, that's what was going to happen in this episode. But we didn't get that, and that's kind of what happens in these Marvel shows. It's like you have these theories. People who read the comics and whatnot, they try to figure out. They try to be the first person to guess something, so that way they
crack the code.
Yeah, I was first, and then when they're wrong, like some fans, like we saw with WandaVision, it's like they were attacking the directors because their theories they
didn't go with their ideas.
You know, like that's part of it. I was hyped for WandaVision. I was like, man, is it going to be Reed Richards? Who's going to, you know, I kept buying into the rumors. I'm like, Mephisto for sure. Nightmare. He's definitely going to be in it. And then I bought into it. I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't disappointed, but I was just like, oh, I mean, all right, cool. I'm cool with this. And you know, I wasn't. It's just, the fan theories, man. You can't listen to them. Can't listen.
Not all the time. Sometimes people are right. Sometimes people will put all the puzzles together, and you know everything will align. But you know, most of the time for these Marvel shows, I'm happy that you know it makes the audience try to figure out what's going on and whatnot. And then when they're wrong, they're wrong. But I mean, like just same thing like with Sharon ended up being the power broker. I did my research on the power broker, and it was a guy in the comics. And when it was revealed that it was Sharon, I was just like, oh, okay, like that's cool, because I can't remember if it was Trav or D who had said it on one of our reviews that
I think it was D. It was D.
Okay, it was D. Yeah, because I said that the power
give my man his credit.
Yeah, thank you. It was a power broker. It was a dude in the comics, but I mean, like we know that Marvel is like they'll gender swap certain characters, or they'll even create a new character based off of you know, a previous character.
Just use the name or something.
They'll use the name or something like that. But yeah, I mean, like Renes, it was cool seeing you on screen and everything, man. And like I said earlier, you know, I was proud of you. We were proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Like man. I mean, like, this was an amazing episode, man. Like from the start, like seeing Sam fly right into the building. He threw the shield and he just started whooping ass. And it was funny because like the one dude, he was just like, "Who are you?" He's just like, "I'm Captain America." He's just like, "I thought Captain America was on the moon." And it's funny that they kind of used that Easter egg from the first episode. I mean, like, I feel like that it all wrapped up just fine.
Absolutely.
D, what were your thoughts on, you know, seeing Sam in the costume for the first time?
It was excellent.
I love it. I love
Even
it.
as short.
We needed a new cat.
Yeah.
Renes, kudos to you for being a formidable opponent.
Yeah, you know, take a couple shots of a serum, bada boom, bada bing.
That's right.
Easy.
Easy.
Very good.
Trav?
Look, man, I really did enjoy WandaVision, especially as when it really got going. But I tell you what, I never cried during WandaVision.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, bro, when this dude Sam brought Bradley to the museum and they showed the statue, bro, I was in tears, dude.
I was like,
bro, it finally, because remember Sam gave that speech and Bradley was like, I almost believe that bullshit. But what's it called? He broke him when he got to the museum.
And he brought him in. He brought him in a hug. Bro. He said, "Come here."
He hugged him hard, bro, and he was crying. I was crying, and he said, "Now everybody gonna know what you done for this country." And I was like, man, that's some real stuff. And that's
right
cool. I was like, that's Captain America right there.
Right?
That's Captain America right there.
Mm-hmm. Now,
and hold on, I gotta say, also another part that got me choked up, and it made me cry, but it choked me up. The celebration at the end, and you know,
I love
Bucky's playing with the kids and stuff, and I was like, good for Bucky, bro. He crossed everybody off the list. He sent it in to the therapist, said thank you, and I was just like, good for you, Bucky, man. Like he's a real person or something. I was happy.
He finally gained like a family. You know,
real.
He finally felt like he belonged. And
you know, guys, one connection too that we didn't make for Bucky and Sam is that Sam was doing kind of like therapy sessions himself. Remember, he was the like a counselor. And that's something we didn't really bring up.
So, no. We talked about this.
We talked about it on an episode.
I'm talking about back when he was doing the counseling thing.
I
had brought it up.
Yeah, I talked about it, D.
Yeah, because
don't call me D anymore.
Was it
Demo? I'm telling you, Demo.
Yeah, I wasn't here for that. You tell me.
Which episode was it where Sam was talking to Carly for the first time?
Dude, we record like 5-6 videos.
That's episode 4.
Thank you, Renes. Because
thank you. Luckily, we have
thought it was a simple question. It's only been 6 episodes.
Because that's not the only thing we recorded.
Yeah, but it's like that's what Sam is known for. Is for helping people, counseling people, and whatnot. And I feel like the one thing that I loved is that Sam, everything that he said he was going to do, he ended up doing. The only thing that he wasn't able to do was save Carly, but he was able to get her message across on helping other people around the world, because that's why the Flag Smashers were created. We talked about this in reviews before about how it's like you can kind of get behind what the Flag Smashers are trying to do, because for 5 years, it's just like they finally had an opportunity to, live a normal life and not have to worry about the struggles of the world before the blip. And when everybody comes back, it's like, you guys just get thrown out into the streets and whatnot.
Yeah.
Now I want to ask you this, Renes. Well, before I ask you this, what did you think about Sam when he showed up in the Captain America outfit?
Dude, I was like a little kid because I had never seen the costume. My first time seeing it was on TV, and I was like, "Oh, it was
fire."
He changed, like you could see him as a person grow in that suit. Like you could see, like, I'm Captain America. Like when he said it, he meant it, and like he became a new person in that suit, and but it was just really dope. It was dope, and then like when he did that thing with the shield when he was on the bridge, do you remember? And the wings came in. And
that was dope.
The chopper went over him.
Yeah, and I was like, man, that's crazy. And then he had Red Wing. He had 2 of them, and I was like,
2 of them.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, he knows his tech. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I've always been a huge fan of Falcon. Like, no disrespect to Captain America, but ever since Anthony Mackie came into the universe, I've always been a huge fan.
After he changed his name from Clarence to Sam, because
Clarence to Sam.
After he had that battle with B-Rad, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Hey, I don't think Eminem wants any now.
Of course not.
I'm sure he does.
What was the name of his group in 8 Mile? Wasn't it like World something?
Free World.
Free World.
Yeah.
free world, and now it's one world, one
Look,
people.
One people.
Look, bro, I'm a white dude that listens to rap. You know, I knew what the hell they were called, bro. You know how many times I've seen that damn movie?
Wow, I used to love that. Hands up! Noted that this man did not have his hands up. And then
Hey,
he just,
you know how many times I'm just on YouTube watching those? I still watch those battle raps all
it
the
was
time
so dope.
on YouTube.
Yeah,
Man.
it's so dope. I love it.
But I just want to say one thing about Sam being a counselor before he got back into being an Avenger is, remember in Endgame, Cap became a counselor.
Yeah, that's true.
Too. So it's like it's very Captain America-ish to help people, not just with your fists, but with your words.
Yeah, I 100% agree
that's
with
in
you.
your heart. Yeah, that's
in
right.
Your heart.
Now, the next question I wanted to bring up, this is for you, Renes, because you were a Flag Smasher and you saw your character on the show saw how he was treated after the blip. Now, you as a fan, did you agree with what the Flag Smashers were about?
I mean, they're trying to make the world, and yeah, in a sense, absolutely. Like the world came together when that blip happened and set aside all its differences, and there were no wars or anything, and it was just people helping people.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people came back, that's when gangs came back, gangsters and stuff, and people that not a lot of people just came back and ruined everything and took their homes back, like what they said in the last episode during the speech. Just imagine coming home, the senator says, and seeing your someone in your home, someone with your spouse, someone it ruined everything. It ruined all the progress we made, and so they were just trying to get back to that, which is unrealistic now I think about it. But they wanted it, and they thought it was possible, and they just tried to help those people, and so they had good intentions. So I'm with them with their good intentions, but having to kill or something, I'm gonna step back on that one. But
then why didn't you stop Carly then when she was killing people? You know what I'm saying? Now
Lennox,
I'm talking to Lennox. I'm not talking to Renes no more. I'm talking to Lennox.
He trusted her. He knew that Mama Danya put her under her wing and chose her to lead us for a reason. And and so I had no. I mean I know Lennox just. He felt the love, and he knew her heart. He knew the reasoning. They all came together in the first place, and he knew that he was chosen along with her to be a super soldier for the world, And so he trusted it, and trusted Carly, and trusted everyone else in the Flag Smashers. If that makes any sense.
No, I mean it does. I just wanted to ask your opinion on it, because we've talked about it before on reviews where. It's you can kind of get behind with what Carly is trying to accomplish here, but at the same time, by her killing people, and that's the one thing that Sam was trying to tell her, that, hey, I support what you're doing, but you're going about it the wrong way. And it's I love how they kept on making the emphasis on who Captain America was, because you had some people who were John Walker is the new Captain America, but then you had people who supported the Flag Smashers, and they was Carly could be the new Captain America. But then of course you had Sam, who was pretty much the rightful heir to being Captain America, but he didn't want that role, because with being the new Captain America, there's so much that comes with that, and we saw that with both John Walker and Carly. There is a lot that comes with it. And, one of my favorite moments was the conversation that Isaiah Bradley and Sam had when he was telling him, it's just they'll never see a black man as Captain America. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that when Sam did become Captain America, and the people who saw him, it was a change in the right direction for what America needed to see in the MCU. And I love how the old guy had called him Black Falcon.
Yeah, that's Black Falcon.
That's Captain America.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I like how he owned it. I loved how he owned it, and like, yeah, that's Captain America. The speech that like Steve Rogers gave speeches that can, and Sam did the same exact thing and meant it. He said it from his heart, and he knew that there's a lot of pressure. He knows that there's people are not going to like him, and he says it, and he becomes that anyways. Anyways, over here, no, he, for him to do that, knowing what's at stake, and knowing that not everyone's going to be on his side, and people are going to be against him. For him to do that, that's very Captain America-esque, and he really just took on that role, and he's like Steve Rogers, where he has heart, and he believes in the good that is in people. He wants a better world genuinely, and he's willing to take on anything for it, and that's what makes him Captain America. And that's why I was like, yo, he's awesome. And then Anthony Mackie just giving the speech as an actor, I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
he's so
I think that that's something that Sam definitely got from Steve, that it was never the super serum that made him Captain America, if that makes sense. It was him and his values and things like that, and always willing to stand up. I mean, he stood up to Thanos,
by himself.
And it's just like he has to stand up for those who can't do it, and that's what Sam did. And I thought it was a great rendition of it.
Damn right, you're damn right. Everybody knows Anthony Mackie's my man crush.
I know.
I pretty much love almost everything he's in. Exactly, bro.
Hey, he's good though, man. Don't get it twisted.
I smile when Anthony Mackie's name is made. It's almost like Banks.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. Is it like how whenever I hear Jensen Ackles, I'll start smiling, and
you start smiling,
butterflies and whatnot.
Yep.
I was just thinking
he was almost Captain America.
Yeah, he
Jensen
was.
Ackles. He was almost Captain America. He would have killed it too. I mean, I love Chris Evans at it, though. But Jensen Ackles, not a bad choice too. Yeah, he's phenomenal. Just side note.
And John Krasinski, he was almost Captain America too.
That's right.
Chris beat him out though.
Since we were talking about Jensen Ackles, Renes, did you know that he was going to be Clark Kent too?
Really?
Yeah, in Smallville, he auditioned for the role of Clark Kent. And he didn't make it. Tom Welling.
God.
Yeah, Tom Welling ended up getting chosen.
He ended up becoming Coach Teague on Smallville.
They brought him back.
Yeah,
they did.
But that's the thing. If he gets casted, you don't get Supernatural.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
He wouldn't have.
He left Smallville. He left Smallville for Supernatural.
He was on both shows at the same
time. He also
wasn't
Clark Kent though.
No, what I'm saying is, in an alternate universe, Jensen Ackles becomes Clark Kent and Tom Welling becomes Dean Winchester.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, just anybody would have been casted besides those two. It would not went on for 15 seasons. It just wouldn't.
Yeah, their chemistry.
In the alternate universe, it did go on for 15 seasons. Tom Welling.
The multiverse, baby.
Exactly. Hey,
easy. We talked about, don't bring up the Speed Force. Don't bring up the Speed Force.
All
right.
Since we on the topic, and D, since you had to mention it, Renes, have you been keeping up with the Flash?
Oh Lord!
First off, 7? you don't have to answer any of these questions because you have a career.
You know what? I'm a superhero freak.
Yeah,
and no, I wouldn't say freak. That's too extreme. But I definitely appreciate everything superhero and acting, and I think Grant Gustin's a fantastic actor. I think I'm like 2 episodes behind.
So are you enjoying this season?
I am a lot more than the last one was. Who was the villain? It was
that wasn't Thinker. Oh no, it was a chick.
The mirror.
The mirror. Yeah.
I don't even remember her name.
It was all right. I mean, that season was much better than The Thinker. I didn't like The Thinker. No. Who was the one before that? Who was the one before that?
That was The Thinker,
it was,
right?
The speedster. What's his name?
Godspeed?
Godspeed. What was his name?
Was it Godspeed?
No, not Godspeed. What was the guy and it ended up being Barry from
Savitar?
Savitar.
Yeah, that was a pretty good season. It was The Thinker. The Thinker was more of like they had Jay and Silent Bob, and it kind of threw me off about that. And it was good.
Well, Renes,
But-
I'm not going to ask you anymore because usually up here on the podcast, usually we don't have too many good things.
Nice things to say about the show. So let's just move on.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're enjoying this season. You're saying all the right things.
I want to happen is for Renes to say something bad about the show, and then they'd be like, "Oh, well, we were going to cast this guy as Bane on the Flash, and now."
Look, I love the Flash. I love superheroes. I love Marvel. I love DC. I love it all. They both are important part of my life. So you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I love Marvel more because they paid me, but
For sure.
you know,
You getting that Marvel paycheck now, man?
I mean, look, you know, I'm able to survive. I'm able to survive because
Yeah.
You got Stone Cold looking over your shoulder, bro. You know what I mean?
What?
Hell yeah!
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh hell yeah!
Yes, do that
Terrible,
again.
terrible. Yeah, that's bad.
Oh hell yeah!
And that's the bottom line.
But
Amusing.
okay. Now, what you got, Banks?
No, I was just gonna bring up John Walker. What were you about to say?
No, well, I was gonna deviate from the show itself and talk about behind the scenes, but let's talk about John Walker first. Let's get everything out about the show itself before I ask my question.
Okay, yeah. I mean, because he came back, he kind of redeemed himself, and he was fighting with the Flag Smashers and whatnot, and he made the choice to save the people instead of continuing to fight Harley.
Instead of seeking revenge.
And like the whole dialogue between him and Carly when she was just like, I didn't mean to kill your friend, like he didn't matter, and it's like
I love how crazy he looks all the time. He has that crazy look in his eye.
I mean, think about it. It's like steroids times 1,000.
Yeah. John Walker, he didn't want to hear none of that.
Yeah, he didn't. Like
I think he looks like that in real life. Everything I've seen him in, Wyatt Russell looks like a psycho.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Is this the way
no.
I mean, Overlord. He looks like a psycho in Overlord.
Oh, dude, he's such a sweet guy. He's such a sweet guy.
But Kurt Russell kind of has that crazy look about him too.
Kurt Russell easily. Yeah, and he looks just like his dad.
Yeah, good old Snake Plissken.
And
crazy.
Hey,
look, they asked him that if he would play Snake Plissken in a remake to Escape to New York.
No,
and he
said that movie's wild. Remember
he wouldn't.
He said he wouldn't. He's like, it'd be dumb. It'd be a career-ending move.
It would be a career.
Why would it be a career-ending move though?
Reboot. I mean, he's like, no one can play Snake. That's what he's saying.
That's where I think it's a lie because Judge Dredd was a better remake. RoboCop was a better remake, in my opinion. Not as a series, but the RoboCop remake was better than the original RoboCop, in my opinion. So who knows where they could have gone. And I like the Total Recall remake more than Arnold's. So a remake doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing.
Depending on who's doing it.
It depends on who's doing it, who's writing it, and why they're doing it. Are they doing it because it's a passion project, like we're getting the Dune remake? Or you getting it for a cash grab and you got people on board that don't know what the hell they're writing. Then that's a whole different ballpark.
Well said, Trav. Well said.
Thank you, Demo.
I just feel like it's one of those things where it's like he would have to live up to, his father. I mean, because like let's look at wrestling for example, right? Let's look at Ric Flair for example and David Flair. You know what I'm saying? It's like David Flair had a huge shadow that he was in, and I didn't watch WCW, but I've heard over the years from fans that it's like David Flair was never able to get to the height that Ric Flair was able to get to. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, but look at Charlotte.
I mean, different times too. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, yes, Charlotte, she was able to get there to
is that his daughter?
Yeah, that's his daughter.
And she'll end up surpassing her dad because
for sure. But I mean, but look how many wrestlers that were like, either second or third generation.
Right, but look how many who have. You got The Rock,
Randy Orton.
So it's not, and again, watch Wyatt Russell and you'll see every performance he's in, 10 out of 10 knocks it out the park.
Sure. Yeah,
I can't tell him how to feel, but I can say without a shadow of a doubt in my heart, I believe he would take that role and flag smash it, baby.
He's incredible, bro.
Incredible.
I love his story arc and like his dude. He like you could see the thought in his eyes. I mean, actually, dude. And then even especially Sebastian Stan, that one scene in episode 5 where he's saying nothing, but he's feeling all this pain, and he's like, "You're free." Was it episode 5 or episode 4? And just like these guys, man, are so good, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, who thought Sebastian Stan was gonna like? You just knew him as the dude on New Girl.
Yeah.
That's
like, I know what New Girl is, but
that's what he came from.
Oh, for
that's
real?
The show
I thought he was on what's the one? XO Gossip Girl.
Oh, Gossip Girl. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Gossip
Girl. You're thinking about the other guy that's on New Girl. No,
I just got the names mixed up, honestly, because they both have girl in them. But no, who would have who would have thought that dude was gonna become this great of an actor? Like again, that can just tell a story with his eyes. He ain't got to say nothing. You know what I mean?
That's something. Yeah, that's something. That's talent, man. That's talent right there, dude. And like just watching them, it's like, wow, that's. I want to be like that. I want to be able to do that, And they all killed it, man. They all just absolutely killed it.
No, I mean,
did you think that he was gonna get the amount of hate that he did by being the new Captain America? Yeah.
Because he's that good. Because he's that good. Yes. I think that shows his talent. That people actually hate him because of how good he is at being bad or being, that complicated of a person, a character. I didn't know what to expect because I didn't get to work with him in any scenes. We just met a couple times and stuff. Yeah. But we met, we talked. Great guy, super sweet and everything. And so I really wanted to see what he was going to do and how he was going to bring this character to life. And he blew me away, man. Blew me away, dude. Like, I love his excitement. I love his anger. I love his pain. I love his nervousness. I love the pressure. You can see the pressure on him
in his eyes.
I
know. He's so good. And the fact that his whole face is covered, just like Demo, except for the eyes. So he really doesn't have a lot to work with. Like, he has to tell the whole story with this.
Yeah.
And again, that's why
he takes that mask off, though. And his facial expressions that he makes and whatnot.
The little things he does, the way he like smirks his like mouth, and you could tell what he's thinking. And,
when he had that scene when he was like, "I understand," he's like, "I am Captain." And I was like, "Ooh,
yeah." He was just like, "Y'all made me into this." Like, I didn't make myself into this. And
Renes, you can attest to this. How difficult is it to really bring a character to life when you're filming and it's like imaginary, so you have to bring it to life, pretend like it's real, and you got all these people watching.
It's challenging, dude, and that's what you want. You want to be challenged as an actor. You want to push yourself. So I love it when you get an opportunity to do stuff, especially when you do like green screen stuff. You have no idea what's around you. You have you have no idea what's going to look like, and you just gotta make it look like a shield hit you or something, or you got to make it look like, it's like I said, challenging. And that I think that's the fun part. And I think that's what makes you really push yourself. You're like, all right, I'm going to try this. I got to do it all the way. I got to go in or go home, and once you're challenged and you're able to push yourself to a limit you didn't know you could push yourself to, it's fantastic.
Yeah, man. One other thing I wanted to say, then Trav, then you can ask your question, is that I really wish that your character would have at least got a scene where he just got to wreck shit. Because it's like, I mean, hey, Renes, like, he's a big guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has a good size to him. He has the muscles. He has he has the peaks on top of peaks. And it's just like me and D was talking about this. Demo was talking about this earlier.
I was gonna say, who's D?
We would have loved to have seen you like go at least like toe to toe with Falcon and Winter Soldier at one point in the show.
Well, look.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, if you want to see my man in action, watch The Gifted.
There you go.
That's right.
That's true too,
I'll say this.
Correct again, Trav.
When it comes to the super soldier serum, size doesn't matter because
she said.
Oh. All right. No. So it doesn't matter. So like, yeah, I'm the big guy, but I'm probably and most likely, you know what? I am just as strong as Carly, just as strong as
Yeah.
Dovich and Didi and Gigi and Nico and Mateus and Diego. So I think that's what they were trying to show. Like these, you take the serum and you're an animal. You're going to be able to fight people with vibranium shields. You're going to be able to like do things no matter what size you are. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it would have been dope. I would have loved to do that, But Marvel, they have a plan. They have a plan for everything.
I get it, man. It's just because like Trav had mentioned with the Gifted, it's like we saw you in action up there, breaking through walls, throwing stuff at people. So but hey, Trav, you can go ahead. The floor is yours, man.
And we're over here like Renes is the greatest. Damn it, he should be the star of the shows.
That's so funny.
Yes.
As far as we know what happened on the show. I want to know what happens behind the scene. You're in a whole nother country.
Yeah.
Right. There's a pandemic going on. I don't know what you can see, but you're on a set with Sebastian Stan, Anthony Mackie, Wyatt Russell, Aaron Kellyman, George St. Pierre was on there for a little bit. You had Don Cheadle in episode 1, so I doubt maybe you even got to see Don Cheadle. But it's like all these stars, right? I know you got to have some good stories for you boys.
Yes.
You know what? I have.
Hold on, and now Renes, before you answer this, like, please answer, what you are able to say, because obviously. I know that there's some stuff.
So like, there's certain things I'm not able to say.
Exactly.
But great memories, and I'll always keep those with me.
Advice too. Maybe you got some advice from somebody about.
You know what?
Maybe Wyatt watched the scene and he was like, "I really like how you did this. If you just did this a little bit, it would really bring it out more." Anything.
Yeah. No, actually, they've been really like cool. I actually got a lot of advice from the Flag Smashers because we all bonded very well. Like crazy. You saw the pictures and videos.
Yeah.
That was all like genuine chemistry, and I learned a lot from Dez. Just watching him and asking him questions and everything. Tyler was like really wise. He's spitting some game about some just schooling me on certain things that I can't really talk about, but and you know what, man, and Danny Diet, she played Gigi. Mm-hmm. She was very knowledgeable of like any and every rule and any and everything that was going on. When I didn't know what was going on, like for instance, what scenes we were shooting today, just because I was late or something, like right. That sounds so irresponsible, like a terrible actor. But it was something, and she'd be like, "Well, we're shooting this scene." I was like, "Perfect, I know what we're doing now," and I just everyone was just so dope, man, and just talking to them, we all got advice on life and finance, and I talked to Clay Bennett, who played Lamar Hoskins, and he was just like schooling me on a lot of stuff, and I was like, dude, I need to think like you,
the important stuff.
Yeah, and also like physical health. That dude, you don't see it, but he's disgusting ripped.
Right.
Ripped. And I was like, what the hell, dude? How? And he was just, discipline. And I was like, all right, cool. So I learned a lot from everyone, stuff that I can apply to my life and some to my career and everything like that.
Right.
Yeah, I always think it's cool when it's like you work with, like-minded people, and everybody wants to help everybody grow. Especially like what Trav was saying, it's just like you're in another country, and it's like pretty much the only people that you really know are the people who you're working with. So it's always...
or you probably showed up on set not knowing a single person too.
No. I actually, most of the time I was on set was with the Flag Smashers, and we were on set since day one. Since episode 1, and so we did a lot of like walking around and like touristy stuff. I have a bunch of photos on my camera that I'm it's just from like my personal, my keepsake.
Yeah, sure.
And we had a lot of laughs. these guys have energy and they're silly and they have like a good sense of humor. And when you connect with these people, it's just like they open up even more, and it just becomes so like comfortable. Um, these guys just we're all, like India, she has like this energy. She's always just like, let's dance, let's do something. She's just
Yeah.
excited about everything. She plays Dee Dee. Yeah, she plays Dee Dee. Yeah, she plays Dee Dee. And
Where's Didi?
yeah, I just want to make sure, because Gigi and Dee Dee,
Yes.
and just like, yeah, just we celebrated Erin's birthday in one of the hotel rooms and stuff, and we surprised her. She didn't know, and India and I and Tyler, we got together, we blew up some balloons, got like cake and stuff, and that was like a really fun memory because it was just the Flag Smashers in the hotel room, all talking, laughing. We were playing NBA 2K on my Xbox because I brought it, and it was just a blast. That was one of my favorite times. Just us hanging out, just
Bonding.
yeah, and
It's
I loved it. That's one of my favorite things that I could take away from that experience.
Yeah, man.
Hell
That's an awesome story to hear, man. To just bond with your castmates. You know what I'm saying, and like just have a good time. That was something that I was going to ask, but I had a brain fart. Trav?
It's a
No, I'm not. I mean, I just think it's so cool that not that you weren't doing stuff before you ever met us or anything like that, but now it's like, when we met you, you'd been on The Gifted and Gotham and Preacher and stuff, and over the last 2 years, we're seeing you get roles. Some haven't even came out yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're getting to see you in all these things and seeing your career grow. And I mean, I'm not trying to say we're best friends or anything like that by any stretch, but it's so cool just like seeing you come up and accomplish your dreams. And it's inspiring to us as a podcast because where you are as an actor, we want to be that as a podcast.
Oh, dude,
you know what I
exactly.
mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now I had to cut out for a moment.
Yeah.
But
I had to put my book away.
yeah, can we step back a moment and talk about the Flag Smashers? Now you told us about good times. What can you tell us about their weaknesses?
Jesus Christ.
Well,
It's okay if you can't disclose it. I'll get it out of you one way.
believe it or not, orange juice is the biggest weakness of the Flag
Interesting.
Smashers.
Yes.
No,
Thank
no, their biggest weakness is their love for humankind in this world, and
I like it.
that kind of blinded them to not
Thanks.
seeing what they were what wrong
The
they were
damage
doing.
they were doing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the message I was trying to get across. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, then there you go.
Yes. All right.
Eye to eye, mind to mind.
I
Great
like
minds
that.
think alike.
How does it go? One world, one people.
One world, one people.
Thank you.
I don't know, man. Like whenever I hear one world, one people, I think about the Cheetah Girls, one world. I don't know.
Oh
why.
Lord.
Yeah,
That's what it's inspired by. No, I'm lying.
Hey, it's all
Wow.
it's all Disney,
too.
so.
Hey, crossover like
Lord.
Cheetah
I
Girls.
thought about making a meme.
Multiverse?
Man, but I didn't want to post any spoilers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But, But I wanted to ask you this because you said that when you initially had signed up for this, you were supposed to be on every episode. But on the first episode, you being introduced was cut. Like, what was cut from the first episode? Like, was it what we saw in episode 2, or was it something completely different?
It was like something really like not super important. I think it was just a scene that they didn't really need, and it didn't match up with the time and stuff. So it wasn't anything huge that you missed out on, and I'm okay with that. Like I said, Marvel, they have their plan, they have their reasoning for everything, and so it wasn't anything like crazy. It wasn't anything crazy that you saw me. It'd probably been me like. Like something with my mask on, because you only see me with my mask on like maybe twice.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was one of the scenes. I think I think you were either driving the truck or you were getting inside of the truck, and I was just like, "Yeah, that's Renes." It's like,
that was
that head. Mm-hmm.
That was episode 2. That was when I was
episode
driving
2
the truck.
was when saw the back of the head, and we know that.
Yeah,
We knew that.
That's funny. That's funny. No, and episode 3, I had my mask, and I had like a really dope close up, which was pretty like awesome. And I was like,
I love the masks.
Yeah, dude, it's so dope.
They're
I wanted
dope.
to keep it so bad.
Oh, I'm hoping they come out this Halloween.
Oh man,
I was gonna ask if you got to keep that.
You know, I tried, but
hey, you saw what happened. I mean, you know, some of these actors, they do these roles and like they take the costumes and whatnot. So it's like I'm pretty sure it's like they make sure that they stay on top, that nobody tries to take any of the merchandise. I think
like Ryan Reynolds. Yeah,
Ryan Reynolds. He took the Deadpool outfit,
but he's like, you know, I mean, what are they gonna say to Ryan Reynolds? You're fired from doing Deadpool again. What are they gonna do?
Like, he's the reason why they even made it. He pushed for it for like 10 years. So like, no, he better be able to keep that costume and the guns if he wanted to. You know. Like none.
Oh, hey, Armando just said, "Hey, love the show, Renes. You were great. Can't wait to see what's next for you."
Well, unfortunately, ain't nothing next for Lennox. But
or is there?
And that's what I wanted to bring up, man. It's like Renes, I need them to stop killing you on screen.
You know,
it's like
so
I didn't
funny.
see what it's been. It's been this. It's been. Is it reprisal or reprisal?
Reprisal.
Spoiler alert. They killed Renes up there too. And then what was the other show that you were on where it's like the
rookie?
Nathan Fillion, wasn't he?
The rookie.
The rookie.
It's the rookie.
It was just like it's like you get killed. I'm like, come on.
They
man.
killed you in the Preacher too, though, right?
They killed me on the Preacher, but they never said that they killed me on the Preacher.
Me, yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
they were just like, oh, they're all dead now. Yeah, but it's funny. My brother texted me this morning. He's like, "When are you going to be on a show that you don't die in?"
Exactly.
You know? I'm like, "Hey, I'm good at dying. Let me do it." You know, like.
You'll have to be like Michael B. Jordan. Be like, my mama said, no more dying on screen. I'm not doing it no more.
That's why I hate doing it, because my mom, you know, like she told me she saw the rookie and just like couldn't stop crying, and I was like, Mom, you're talking to me. I'm on the phone. It's okay. You know?
Yeah, but I feel like on the rookie, like that was the bloodiest death that you had ever had, because it's like she hopped on your back and. All this crazy stuff.
And when you watch a show, I mean, you get into it. And by the way, our homegirl Kendra said hello.
Yeah, Kendra said hi.
I'll say hi to you.
No, hi Kendra.
You can thank us later for that, Kendra. You're welcome.
Kendra, you owe us. Kendra, you still owe me and Travis food.
Dinner.
Oh, what kind of food? What kind of dinner we're talking?
Man, look, she came onto the podcast. For a Resident Evil episode,
and she lives down the street from me too, mind you. So it's not like she could have just brought it.
Yeah, she flaked on us.
Mm-hmm.
She flaked on us. She said the makeup artist. I don't know,
because she's Kendra, the makeup artist. That's her name.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if she was.
I got you, Kendra.
Renes.
We go back. I got you.
Tell Renes that that if you need a makeup artist.
No, she is. That's what she's saying.
Oh, okay, all right.
Get her into that Marvel. She's trying to get that Marvel paycheck too.
She's trying to get that Marvel paycheck.
But yeah, what were you saying?
Go ahead, Trav.
No, what were you saying? Dinner. Kendra owes dinner.
Yeah, Kendra, she owes us dinner.
And now she knows Renes dinner, man.
Yeah,
hold on. Is there a specific meal or just like
I
dinner
forgot what it was.
Hey, she can throw down in the kitchen.
It's an Asian cuisine of some sort, and it's delicious.
Oh man.
Yeah, next time you swing through VA and you come down here to the dirty, we got you, man.
I might go soon because I have sisters that live out there, and I would love to see them. Yeah, and Norfolk or Norfolk. Norfolk.
I live in Norfolk.
Are you for really?
Yeah.
Are they married to military?
Yeah, my brother-in-law's they're in the Navy.
Okay, that makes sense.
Interesting, Renes. You should have let us know.
I'll believe it when I see it, though, Banks. I know her makeup lying ass. I'm gonna call her right now. I'll believe her.
Yes.
Yeah, but for real, Renes, when you come down here, man, because now it's like you're somebody we've had on the podcast that we hope to meet one day, and then we also had Mason Alexander Park.
And don't forget about Harvey.
That's a cool name. Who is it? I mean, I don't know who that is, unfortunately.
They are going to be playing Gren on
Cowboy
on the
Bebop.
Netflix Cowboy Bebop live.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
That's
And
big.
it was crazy because when I was doing my research on them, I saw that they were born in Fairfax in Northern Virginia, and I was just like, "Hey, you live around us." So they said when they come down here in the area because they've never been. They've never
like
been to
I
our
want to.
area
I want to eat. I want to eat. What's like good Virginia food? Like
We'll have to show you sometime.
Yeah, we'll show you.
Yeah.
It's a couple
down
places
here in my basement.
There's a couple of places here that we like to go to. You know, if you like Chinese, like ramen, I got you.
Oh, dude, I love it all, man. I've been, you know what it is? I've been dieting like pretty strict. For the last couple, you know,
and
like,
it's for that role.
Yeah, maybe we could grab some shawarma.
I love shawarma. I love Mediterranean and all that. Yeah, and I've been like not eating pizza, not eating Chinese, not eating anything I really like.
That's tough.
It's so tough. But I will say this: I'm the lightest I've been since 2010.
Wow.
And,
I see you working out, Renes.
Yeah.
In all seriousness.
Like, yeah, we see
you killing,
the
man.
peaks on top of peaks, man. Like,
I'm trying, man. I dropped. I was 420 pounds when I was like about 2 years ago, and now I'm 336 pounds.
Nice,
how much? How tall are you, Renes? If you don't mind me asking.
6'6".
All right.
And
that's one half of Big Man Inc.
Hey, Renes, you wouldn't happen to watch Game of Thrones, would you?
You know what, man? I've seen like 4 episodes.
You should cosplay as the Mountain.
I know who the Mountain is.
Yeah.
The Mountain is the first episode I ever saw, actually.
Yeah, he's early. You see him pretty
Killed
early.
my wife, you did whatever, and then like he got cocky, tried to kill him, and the guy squished his head. The Mountain squished his head.
That was
rest in peace, Pedro Pascal, man.
Yeah, that was Mando. He didn't have the blaster.
Hey, guys, y'all gotta let people know when y'all are gonna reveal stuff, man.
No, bro, it's been years.
I mean, that's like
episode
season
came out
3, right?
Like that episode came out like 2013.
Yeah, it's like if I'm talking about. That's like I'm saying if How I Met Your Mother, you know, like if you get mad that I say something about How I Met Your Mother, then that's on you. Like I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of How I Met Your Mother, did y'all see that they're doing
Hillary
How I
Duff.
Met Your Father? And Hillary Duff is going to be up there.
I don't know how to feel about that, but I want to be on it.
Is it connected to the other show?
It's a spin-off.
Or how is it connected to it?
I don't know.
I don't think it's connected. It's just
a different story.
It's just it's completely different. Yeah, just the same gimmick.
We might be good on
it. It's like the Wonder Years. How
bro, what's going on with your camera? Right? Who is there behind you?
There's someone tied up in the floor.
I see it.
So my thing is, it's like I know that they announced that, but it's like I'm still waiting on Lizzie McGuire to come out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of just like Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision. Like all this stuff got announced when Disney Plus first came out, and it's like we still waiting for real. So
still waiting for real.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to be on that show though, the How I Met Your Father, even if it's just because
you could be the father.
Yeah, I could play the Jason Segel of the group. I'm cool with that. Like I would love it. I would love it. But that's my favorite sitcom. I've watched it like 3 times in 1 year. The entire series. Yeah,
so
dude.
funny.
Like,
but something I wanted to bring up, Renes, is like how are you gonna come here to Virginia, and you didn't even tell your son that you were coming?
That's right, your stepson.
My stepson.
See, he don't even remember.
You don't even remember.
It's like
I'm sorry.
Who was it that we told that? Oh, it was Beca.
Yeah, we told our friend Beca that you were Trav's stepdad.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's funny. That's so funny.
Totally. She just
that was like last year. That was last year.
Best man at the wedding.
That's so funny. That's so
funny. So funny.
Man. So hold on.
Go ahead, Trav.
I got one more question before we wrap this thing up. Can you tell us about any projects you got coming out that's been announced or?
I did a little role in a movie called Reminiscence coming out on September 3rd, coincidentally my birthday. It stars Rebecca Ferguson and Hugh Jackman. I mean, like I said, it's a small role. The reason I'm talking about it because it's my first movie, and that was the movie I had just filmed when I was in the hotel when I got that phone call about Marvel. So that was that's like my first movie, and then I have something coming out I'm not sure if I could say, but it's coming out on
Just
HBO.
don't. Surprises.
Nice, coming out on
It's
HBO.
a comedy,
hell yeah.
comedy on HBO. I'm really excited about this role.
It's a show though, not a movie.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
show. It's a one role. I'm really excited. I get to work with television legends.
Nice,
and,
hell yeah.
And like it was just a really it was directed by David Gordon Green. I'll say that.
Nice.
And so it was one of the better experiences that I've had as an actor. You know, being able to be just like work with someone like that and
Right.
able to pull things out of me and so really excited about that. It comes out soon. I don't know when. We just filmed it last week. I was in South Carolina. So
So close.
yeah.
So far.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
So
far.
far.
I'm sorry.
No, dude,
How
it's really not
convenient.
close. It's like 6 to 8 hours away.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
7, 8 hours.
It is.
Yeah.
That's a nice nap on like one of
It
those
sure
buses,
is.
Greyhound. A Greyhound, you just take a nap, you know?
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, Renes,
And congratulations. man.
congrats.
Oh, man,
Thank you
guys.
again for joining us on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks and doing this review with us and letting us ask you
Slow clapped
questions.
them.
Letting us ask you questions about your experience on Falcon and Winter Soldier. And before we wrap this thing up, let everybody in social media land know where they can find Mr. Renes Rivera
At Renes Rivera, one word, RENES on Twitter and on Instagram. And my Facebook, I think, is like facebook.com/the Renes R or the Renes Rivera. I don't know. The Renes, figure out one of them.
Yes,
But
sir.
Renes Rivera.
Hey, you gotta hit him with the Shack. Google me, Chuck. Tell him, Google me, Chuck.
While I've been playing, we could be crunchy. You know, remember that?
Yeah.
Caramel. It's
Caramel.
Caramel.
Mm-hmm.
And Demo, if anybody is looking to join your organization, where can they find you at?
You should
In prison.
you should try rebellious underscore D23, I think it is. Trav?
I see that the hounds are trying to catch one of your escapees right now.
Exactly.
Right. We gotta wrap this up. So
Hey,
Trav,
man.
if you don't mind.
Hey, and the people know you're going to find your boy on the Instagrams at ZK Audio, or you can find me now on the Twitter at TRAVIOSZK. And of course, we got Captain America. What other heroes can they find? Good sir.
You got me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. And you can look me up on Facebook by typing in my name, Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. But I do need to be careful because I did get a notification today that if I post something else again, that my account will be restricted. But in other news, make sure that you follow all of us on all of our social media accounts. And you check out some of our other reviews that we have coming out. And we have Invincible. We did our review on Demon Slayer that came out. Our interview with Bradley Harper is on the channel. And we got My Hero Academia and Mortal Kombat coming out. The Mortal Kombat is going to be on Facebook Live as well. And yeah, that's it. Trav, do we got anything else or is that everything?
Hey, My Hero Academia Chapter 310 comes out on Sunday.
And I'm looking forward to that. And
Right, and that's it.
make sure you follow all of our social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And then if you want to donate to us, we have a Patreon, and it is at Leveling Up Banks. And
$1 a month. That's it.
Hashtag free Zemo.
free Zemo. And check out our podcast as well, where we release new episodes every Tuesday. Thank you, everybody who joined us tonight on Facebook Live. And thank you, everybody that's going to be watching this on YouTube later. Like I always say, stay positive, keep that pinky up. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.